Namaste, friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Tarot, and I'm gonna use the same decks that I've been using. Usually on Sundays I start with all clean decks, but I am still working on the zodiac readings and I'm using these decks, so I want to keep using the same decks for all the zodiac readings. So if that's okay with you, we're going to get started on today's reading. Today is Sunday, July 31st, and last day of July. Whew. I'm just going to get started with the reading because it feels like the energies are crazy in a good way, but it also feels as though there's a clearing energy. So that's all I'm going to say. Let's see what comes out in the reading. Frog spirit, renewal. This is kind of like the handsome prince, you know, the old fairy tales. But it's a number 20 card, which is a 2. It's almost like judgment energy. It feels like I don't know, the clearing energy that I'm feeling is just like any little thing that was kind of lingering in the energy is being kind of wiped up, you know. I'm seeing the image of a paper towel commercial and just kind of wiping it up. Cleaning up any erratic messes. This is a Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's see what pulls through from this. I don't know. It feels like definitely the Divine Feminine. I'm just saying, the Divine Feminine is in her Divine Feminine grace. Feels like the Divine Masculine is still kind of transforming. So that's all I need to say about that. They said I was going to read, but then they said no. Okay. And, you know, I don't read oracle cards in the reverse, so love and wonders. Love and wonders. Well, it'd be quite a wonder if that frog turns into a prince. But doesn't matter what he looks like as long as he's a gentleman. It's almost like, to me, the Divine Feminine is helping guide the Divine Masculine through his transformation, maybe energetically. Because if I'm looking at this card, you can see that she's just kind of, she's definitely in her energy. And you see how she's just kind of pointing or touching, and then you see this light coming. You know, it's like the light of transformation. And that might be the wonder here, that the Divine Feminine's love is transforming. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, slowly, albeit transforming. It says, take time to buckle down and get things done. But usually the Knight of Pentacles is kind of slow, earth-moving energy. This could be the transformation of a earth sign masculine to that of a more of a king or emperor energy. There's the King of Air. Speak your mind with confidence, seek professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. So it may be this Knight of Pentacles is transforming into somebody more of a King of Air, somebody who's decisive and in command. Somebody who's definitely speaking their truth, has clarity about their journey. They're both on horses. They're both going in this direction, which is the future to me. And he's got this league of unicorns behind him, kind of standing off to the side, cheering him on as he goes on about his journey. Which is interesting because the Nine of Pentacles, his horse is just standing there. And it's like he's trying to figure out the next step in his journey. Whereas this King of Swords knows it. There's Five of Cups. Things not turning out the way you'd hoped. Not seeing the positive. Focusing on the past. Definitely a transformation. There's some sort of transformation going on. The Hermit. Spiritual teaching, self-discovery. That might be the transformation. Can you see the frog? How he's kind of got this little, like a reddish tone crown on. Matches the red in the Hermit. This is interesting. Nine of Pentacles. So we have some earth energy here, we have air energy, and we have cups, emotional energy, with the major arcana being the Hermit. And just the message that I'm getting from this is, look at how these two look very similar. This Nine of Earth, this is, that's kind of like somebody being self-reliant or independent, and which means they're not necessarily in a relationship or commitment, maybe becoming single. I said bottom of the deck, the Lovers, yeah. This is an interesting Lovers card. Because here you have this definite angelic figure, which is Archangel Raphael. And then you have the Divine Feminine, who has her face turned up to the, you know, the sacredness, the holy light. Then you have the Divine Masculine, who's kind of got his back turned. As if he can't see this yet. It's almost like she can see it, but he can't. He's turning toward her, looking for answers. Don't know what that means. That was bottom of the deck. Let's pull from the Muse Tarot and see what's going on with... Well, actually, no. We're going to use the Somnia Tarot and get some more information, because this feels like this is the Divine Masculine's energy. And usually from that Angel Tarot, it doesn't necessarily pull from Divine Masculine energy, but I think this frog spirit here, this renewal, is to me some sort of transformation guided by the Divine Feminine's energy. And what I heard is enhanced by the Divine Masculine's love for her. And this is what this wonders are. It's like it's opening the spiritual world to him through her. Here's the High Priestess, which makes perfect sense. Starting to open that spiritual world. What did they have? Sometimes you see a card and you look at it and it's almost like you've never seen it before. So there's another 2. We have a 2 there. That came out. Yeah, the 6 of Cups in the challenge position. Over this 5 of Water. Some regrets over that. 5 of Cups. Yep. 5 of Cups twice. There's some regrets. It's like they regret they didn't see the spiritual connection sooner. There's Temperance, yeah. Coming into balance. Kind of more of a balanced energy about things now. 5 of Swords and 7 of Wands. Yeah, it feels like, look at all the fives here. 5, 5, 5. Feels like they self-sabotaged they sabotaged the connections through sabotaging themselves, and because they were defensive. They felt defensive. Yeah, Knight of Cups. Pouring out their emotions but shielding themselves. Huh. Let's see what's going on with the Divine Feminine. Use the Muse Tarot. So it feels as though this is a turning point. Like he's opening his eyes. We have the Hermit and the High Priestess. We have, oh, and my little candle just went out. We have the Lovers, the Knight of Earth, and then the King of Air. And then we have the Hermit here and the Nine of Pentacles. But we got 5 of Cups twice. And the 5 of Swords. Yeah, the regret. They keep self-sabotaging with regret. It feels like they turned away from the Divine Feminine back when there was some sort of connection, communication, and coming into, you know, some sort of, and I don't want to say union, but it was in some sort of physical or emotional communication, and being in touch is what I want to say. At some point they were in touch, and they were not spiritually awakened. They were in a very low vibe. A lot of baggage, a lot of wounding. And instead of kind of going along with the Divine Feminine as she transformed, they stayed stagnant. And because the Divine Feminine was moving forward, she ended up leaving him behind. And then he gets the realization that, oh shit, that's my Divine Counterpart. Maybe energetically, maybe not rationally or consciously, but maybe subconsciously. And so then they kind of, what I'm hearing is backlash. It's like there's a backlash. And then they're like, you know, I tried it my way and it's not working. It's not working. We have the 6 of Cups and the Lovers, both 6s. They turned away from the divinity of this. Yep, there's the Hanged Man. And the King of Swords. Four of Voices. Lots of information here. 6 of Emotions, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so now the Divine Feminine sees this. Although she sees him as a frog, she sees what happened. At first, she was kind of, his behavior was very hurtful. She took it very personally. Now she's not. Now she sees. She sees the picture. She sees what happened. She sees the past with a different clarity, a more spiritual clarity. 9 of Emotions. Because she's balanced in her energy, she's attained that emotional well-being. She's steady. 5 of Materials. she took some time after this, somehow, whatever they were in, whether it be physical communication or, you know, just verbal communication, she took some time afterwards to kind of self-isolate, to gain her perspective. Eight of materials. She did her work, her spiritual work. That's when she did all of this work on herself. And he just kind of stayed still. And now he sees her in her divine feminine grace, and he's like, she did all this. You know, that big change in her, the transformation of her is what I want now. This is how I want. I should have been doing it with her, but the divine feminine did it on her own, and now the divine masculine is kind of coming to her, thinking, okay, I'm this little frog, you know, even though I feel like I'm a prince, spiritually I'm a prince, outwardly I'm coming across as a frog. I don't think she'll be interested in me. Why would she love somebody like me? And so then that's the trigger for the transformation. The Fool, yeah. It's in the challenge position. Not there yet, because he hasn't made the leap yet, but he's figuring out why the divine feminine has transformed so beautifully. And maybe wondering if he can do that too. So now we have the Muse of Inspiration, King of, and then the Three of Voices. Bottom of the deck, Muse of Emotions. Lots of King energy here. There's a maturation. This is, I'm hearing maturation cycle. I don't know. Maybe this is a cycle of maturation. Maybe that's when this frog realizes spiritually he's a king. Not a prince. He's a king. Why all the King energy here? Okay, I'm going to use the transparent tarot, although they're slipping all over the place. There's a lot of regret. There's a really strong soulmate presence. And there's a lot of King energy here. And it's the great realization. Okay. This is crazy. I love this deck, but it is a little hard to work with. We're going to take whatever flipped out. All right, so we have, that looks like Three of Cups. What in the world is that one? Eight of Cups, yeah. Seven of Pentacles. After deliberating about this for quite a while, it feels like divine, and I did not intend this to be a divine masculine reading, I'm just saying. Usually my Sunday readings are just kind of for the collective. Feels like that after he's taken time to ponder and figure out how he wants to really move forward, investing his time, he wants to go through the spiritual side. There's that Eight of Cups, and look, you see the sun here. Can you see the sun here? And he's climbing up on his cups. He wants that sun. He wants that light. And there's the Three of Cups, which is union energy for me as a reader. Then we have this message. Looks like Ten of Swords to me. And the Hierophant. A Star card. That's Page of Pentacles or Knight? No, that's the Knight. But it was this way. So after this is a maturation cycle where he gains spiritual wisdom. It's quite humbling. He realizes he's not done all the spiritual work, and although he is a king or an emperor, he has to come toward from where he is, which is right now as a knight. Okay, how about this one? This is the Emperor card, yeah, and there is the Page of Wands. Going to start working on becoming an emperor. This is the transformation of the frog into not just a prince, a king, an emperor. All right, so here we have the Five of friggin' Cups again. Let's flip these over. Ten of Pentacles. The Hierophant. And the Five Cups. He's now committed to taking the journey that he didn't take to begin with. It's interesting. I'm hearing metamorphosis, morphing into the next phase. Okay, so I'm hearing I'm done with this shit. He's admiring the transformation of the divine feminine. And look at how she's not like a queen. She's not robed in royalty. She's just authentic. And her example is guiding him. It's like, you know what? I can hear it. I can hear a conversation right now. I'm done with this shit. I'm tired of being unhappy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, but I know I'm not who I need to be. Okay, is that relevant to anybody? If it is, let me know. Well, I just asked and it said yes. So helpful people. And if you believe, those are the Ask Angels Oracle. So it feels to me like definitely Divine Feminine is her energy, or her example. It's not just her energy, it's her example is inspiring him to take the first steps to become what he is meant to become, which is not a frog. He will encounter helpful people that will help guide him along the way. As long as he's taking the right steps, the universe is going to put the right people at the right time to help lead him, guide him, support him. And then, if you believe, and there's the Merkaba. And if he believes this is truly his path, everything will line up. This is an interesting reading. Okay. I don't feel like I should pull. I was going to pull something else, but I don't feel like I should. This is interesting. It just feels so matter-of-fact next step. Perfect rational sense. Okay, so thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your subscriptions, and thank you for your support and your comments and your likes. I do really, really appreciate it. It just is very uplifting to me. But also, I will get the zodiac readings finished. They may not all be posted by Wednesday. All of the zodiacs for August will be posted. Here, I'll put those down so you can see. And so the zodiac readings for August. But I'm going to continue to use these decks, so you probably see these decks until at least Wednesday when I finish all the zodiac readings. All right, that's the message. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.